Hi everyone, my name is Patricia Lintang, and I will give you some information about planning and operating a tour. I will tell you about how to plan good tourism activities. The first one, you should research other tours in the marketplace. Careful planning is required when developing an itinerary for your tour. A helpful exercise is to take a tour which will be similar to the tour you wish to develop and obtain copies of other tour brochures for comparison. This will help you develop ideas for your tour, give you an idea of what is already in the marketplace, give you detailed information on terms and conditions, and provide possible ideas for brochure design and content. And the second one, you should name your tour. The third one is map out the duration, frequency, and departure details like when will your tour depart, when will your turn return, how often will the tour operate, where will the central departure point be, and the last one is will you offer accommodation pickup? The fourth one is you should list the major location and tour highlights, like where will you tour travel to, what are the main location and highlights that visitors are going to experience. And the fifth one is research tour content and draft commentary. You should list the main topics you wish to include in your commentary, such as flora, fauna, history, culture, as well as the main points to consider with each of these topics and the resources you will use to find the information. The sixth one is list any third-party activities, attraction, entrance fees, and inclusions. You should list any activities offered by other companies or entrance fees and determine if they will be included in your tour price or offered as extras. And the seventh one is you should organize suppliers for meals. Like what meals will you provide during your tour, morning and afternoon tea, lunch or dinner? You may wish to provide meals yourself or make arrangements for a restaurant, roadhouse, hotel, or farms to provide them for you. Should you choose to prepare your own meals, you will need to ensure you have adequate food handling knowledge, food supplies, and cooking facilities. You may also need to seek food handling approval from your local council and meet health department regulation. So, you should organize accommodation approvals if required. Whether you are passing through, stopping for meals, or visiting attraction, it is imperative you obtain permission in writing from the property owner prior to accessing any private property. If traveling through property managed by the Parks and Wildlife, you will need to apply for a commercial apparatus license. If your itinerary includes entering Aboriginal land, you will be required to apply for entry permits from the Department of Aboriginal Affairs or DAA. And the ninth one is perfect your timing. It is crucially important to map out your itinerary accurately to ensure that you arrive on time for activity and meal stops and return to your original destination at a reasonable time. You should prepare a table that shows start, stop, and duration times for each location, attraction, or activity. The last one, you should test drive your itinerary. It is very important to several dry runs of your itinerary to ensure you get the timing right. It is also a very good idea to invite people who have some knowledge of the industry and are prepared to give you constructive comments to do a tour. These is factors that affect planning. The first one is there are foreign tourists who want to travel to tourist attraction in Indonesia. The second one is tourism is increasingly competitive and the promotion of tourist destinations is increasingly intense. And the third one is attractions and tourist activities, both natural, cultural, and other special features that attract tourists to visit. And the fourth one is natural and socio-economic environment. This relates to the place where it will be planned as a tourist attraction, resort, and many more. And then the last one, there are unpredictable weather. So guys, I will tell you some important information about a tour guide that should explain to tourists. The first one is before go, like confirm tourist attraction that will be visited, and then ensuring that all tourists leaving are complete. Tell tourists about the facilities available in the tour agent, and then make sure carry luggage. And the second one is on the way. Access travelers when heading to this tourist attraction. And then tour guide should explain what places are being passed. And then explain the additional facilities provided by the tour agent. Next, on location, tour guide should explain about the history of this tourist attraction and then explain about unique things that have this tourist attraction. So explain about the additional facilities in this tourist attraction. And the last one is when finished the tour. Tour guide should say thank you to tourists for entrusting your tour agent and then ensure that tourist luggage is not left behind. So this is important information too, how the attitude and appearance of a tour guide when guiding. The first one is good communication skills. This is the ability to communicate well. This includes articulation, eye contact, gestures, and a clear, pleasant speaking voice. And the second one is the clothes that they wear must be neat and fragrant. And the third one is flexibility. Tour guide should ability to be adaptable and passionate. Next, authenticity. Tour guide should be genuine and honest, and then sense of humor. This can bring people closer together, put them at ease, and help make travel enjoyable instead of stressful and unpleasant. And then knowledge. A well-rounded body of knowledge is very important. It is essential that the guides investigate the local educational programs of each region. And then decisiveness. A tour guide must be able to make quick decisions. So, good health guiding requires great exertion. So guys, there are enthusiasm. Guides should show interest for the subject matter and the travelers. This is usually accompanied by friend lines and generosity. And then an outgoing and approachable nature. Since guides are working for strangers, it is important that they be friendly, open in many types of situations, and encourage others to do the same. And then tour guide should be self-confidence, combining self-esteem with experience. This enables guides to agree on their tasks effectively, to put people at ease, and to help create enjoyable experiences. And then the last one is sensitivity, wide range of human understanding. Next, I will tell you about do's and don'ts while planning tourism activities. The first one is do's. Collect tourist location information and then plan a travel agenda and then find out information about tourists like background, profession, age, history of disease. And then preparing medicine for tourists. And then the last one is make sure access to tourist attractions smoothly, there are no obstacles. And the second one is don'ts. Forget important documents about tourism attraction. Take a tour when unhealthy. Does not check the stability of transportation to be used. And the last one is have not surveyed the access to be traversed when visiting tourist attraction. So guys, I think that's all from me. I'm sorry if I have a mistake when I tell the information to you. I will say thank you.